Hello everyone. I've been thinking about these false flags. I watched a video a while ago and used a different word than false flag. It was hoax. It was a Sandy Hook hoax, which is a false flag. Why are they doing this? Different ones for different reasons. Sandy Hook was about confiscating guns, which actually ended up selling more guns. More guns were sold in the Obama administration than all other administrations put together. It was incredible. In the South, there was actually a massive lines everywhere, and the ammunition disappeared off the shelves to where you had to order it or get on a list for the next shipment. It was quite incredible how all that played out. So, the word hoax. Why are they doing this? What is this all about? Some of these hoaxes, they're blatantly staged events. I think we have begun to have eyes to see through all of this. The question still remains. They could do it without it looking staged. I mean, they're the powers that be. They have everything at their disposal. Why are they giving us blatantly obvious hoaxes? Okay, that's the real question. Why are they doing this? Other than to control us or a specific outcome. And was the outcome of Sandy Hook and all the gun laws to actually sell more guns? Because that's what they did. Well, let's look at hoax. 1796, a verb. Ridicule, deceive with a fabrication. 1808, a noun. Probably an alteration of hocus, conjurer, juggler, from the 1630s. Also a cheat, imposter. 1680s, or else directly from hocus pocus. Related is hoaxed and hoaxing. Spoof, a verb, to hoax, deceive, trick, from 1914, as to parody or satirize. See spoof. Related, spoofed, spoofing. That's another word we need to look at. Canard, before 1850, from the French, a hoax, literally a duck. From the Old French, canard, probably echoic of a duck's quack. Said by Lettre to be from the phrase vendre un canard motte, to half sell a duck. Thus from long forgotten joke, to cheat. Kid, tease playfully, to coax, whittle, hoax, from 1811. Spoof, hoax, from spoof of 1884, name of a game invented by British comedian Arthur Roberts. Sense of a parody, a satirical skit or play. Sounds like kind of like what we call charades. Okay, keep that word in mind. It's a sham, a trick, a hoax, a fraud. Also as a verb and an adjective of uncertain origin, the word burst into the use in 1677, perhaps from sham, a northern dialect variant of shame. Amuse. I'm sure they are quite amused with our reaction to some of these hoaxes they deliver us. Those that see it and then those that don't. I'm sure we're amused on both sides. To divert the attention. To beguile. Delude, fool, tease, hoax, and trap, make fun of, literally cause to amuse. And then we have fun, and then humbug, from student slang 1751, trick, jest, hoax, imposition, deception of unknown origin. Let's go back to hoax, because it's the root word. We want to get the origin of this word, and it comes from hocus pocus. and I found this to be most informational. Magical formula used in conjuring, 1630. Earlier, Hocus Pocus, common name of a magician or juggler from the 1620s. A sham Latin invocation used by jugglers, perhaps on a perversion of the sacramental blessing from the Mass, Hoc et corpus meum, this is my body. The first to make this speculation its origin apparently was the English prelate John Tillotson from 1630 to 1694. I will speak of one man that went about in King James his time, who called himself the King's Majesty's most excellent Hocus Pocus, and was so called because that at the playing of every trick he used to say, Hocus Pocus, tantus, tabantus, vade celebriter, jubeo, a dark composure of words, to blind the eyes of the beholders, to make his trick pass the more current without discovery. A candle in the dark. Compare Hicus dosicus or Hicus doctius, formula used by jugglers in performing their feats. Also a common name for a juggler, which in the Old English Dictionary says is conjectured to be a corruption of the Latin Hicus as doctus. Here is the learned man. If not merely a nonsense formula simulating Latin. Also compare holus bolus as an adjective, all at a gulp, all at once, which Century Dictionary calls a varied reduplicate of whole in sham Latin form, a noun meaning juggler's tricks, hocus pocus. What do I get from all this? Obviously, it's a spell. Literally, it is those who watch it, those who to blind the eyes of the beholders, to make his trick pass more currently without discovery. And it's used as part of a mass. The mass, it's the same thing they use in the mass. It's hocus pocus. It's a freaking trick. And some of us have eyes to see through this. And they're still amused because there's nothing we can do about it. We spend a lot of time trying to wake up others and convince them. But are we supposed to? I have had bad experiences waking people up that were asleep, and watched them crash and burn, and not only destroy their lives, but the others around them. And then they get in the mode of having to think they have to convince others to see what they see. And if they don't, it's like a type of validation for them. And it's almost viral, and other people's lives are destroyed. I think it's something that each of us should find on our own. These hoaxes, this hocus pocus that has been, let's just do this word in itself and see what's related to it. Of course, hoax, hokey pokey. There's another one. You do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. How many times have you done that? Do you remember doing the hokey pokey? Put your left foot in, you take your left foot out. All those little rituals they had us doing as we were growing up. Life described it, the hokey pokey, in November 27, 1950. A tuneless stomp that is now sweeping the UCLA campus. It's a ritual. It's hocus pocus. They perform it in the Mass. So, they're blinding us. This hocus pocus is blinding us from what we're supposed to see to make the trick pass without discovery. It's a candle in the dark. And it is a bunch of hokey pokey. Alright, leave your comments below. Got anything to add? Help define this, see through the veil for those of us who are, I even hate saying the word awake, but so I'll use the proper terminology. Those of us who have eyes to see and ears to hear. That's a good one too, because we can do it. Eyes to the see and ears to hear. You listen here, but your eyes have to be to the sea. Which sea? There is a holy sea. And they're the ones who get, the cardinals who get together to do all this hocus pocus magic. It's magic. It's magic.